I watched a woman everyone said was cursed marry a politician, and I still can't explain how it happened. If someone had told me 3 years ago that Olamma would become the most envied woman in her village, I would have laughed in their face. Because back then, she was the one people crossed the road to avoid. Olamma was once the kind of girl that made mothers pray for daughters like her. Bright, decent, respectful, and beautiful. The kind of beauty that didn't shout. Her father was one of the first traders to own a shop by the main road, so they lived comfortably. But after her parents died in a ghastly accident, things started to crumble. Her uncle sold her father's shop, promising to help. With the money vanished. Her fiancé, a young banker from Owerri, called off their engagement just like that. Olamma tried to start a small business, tailoring, then baking. Nothing worked. It was as if the universe had signed a contract against her success. Then came the illness. Nobody knew what it was. She became pale, withdrawn, and started talking to herself sometimes. People began calling her the cursed one. At one point, children used to sing a cruel song whenever she passed. Olamma the stone, no good thing stays with her. It was pitiful, but truth be told, some of us believed it too. Bad things followed her like shadow. If you greeted her in the morning, you would have a rough day, or so the market woman claimed. One blazing afternoon, I was sitting at my shop when it happened. An old woman, bent with age, was struggling to carry a heavy bundle of firewood across the road. People passed her like she was invisible. Then, out of nowhere, Olamma, in a ragged wrapper and faded blouse, rushed to help her. She lifted the load gently, adjusted the rope, and helped the woman balance it on her head. The old woman smiled, a strange, almost glowing smile, and said in a voice that carried, "You have done what many with clean clothes refuse to do. Take this stone, my daughter. It is not ordinary. Pray with it and keep it close to you whenever you step outside." She handed Olamma a small, smooth stone that glimmered faintly under the sun. Olamma looked confused but accepted it with both hands. Before I could blink, the old man was gone. I swear she didn't walk, she just vanished. At first, nothing changed. Olamma was still the same poor girl everyone mocked. But then, small things began to happen. A few days later, she found a missing child near the stream and returned him home safely. The child's mother swore she saw a strange light around Olamma that evening. Another week later, rain fell in only one spot, right where Olamma stood washing her clothes, while everyone else was dry. People started whispering. Then, the day that changed everything came. A young politician named Honorable Chikeobi, famous for his wealth and charm, came to her village for a water project. The whole place was buzzing. When his convoy arrived, I was among the crowd gathered near the square. That was when he saw her. Olamma was sitting by the roadside, selling roasted corn. Her face dusty, her wrapper faded, but for some reason, Chike's eyes locked on her. It was as if time paused. He asked one of his aides who she was. They told him the story, the cursed girl. Bad luck follows her. But instead of being repulsed, he laughed softly and said, "Then maybe I'm the luck she's been waiting for." From that day, he kept coming around, using the project as an excuse. People whispered, mocked, warned him, but he didn't care. He said Olamma's eyes held peace. When he proposed marriage, the entire village went mad. Some said he had been charmed. Others swore she used juju. Elders even called a meeting to advise him, but he was unmoved. Their wedding was quiet but beautiful. And that night, thunder struck the old village tree that people once said housed evil spirits. it burned to ash. After the wedding, Olamma left for the city. Within months, she became the face of several charity projects. Her photos were in newspapers. Same villagers who once spat at her name now said, "We always knew she was special." Last month, she came home with her husband to commission a new borehole. I saw her step out of that white jeep, glowing, radiant, transformed. When she greeted me, I noticed something in her right pocket. There was a faint bulge shaped exactly like a small stone. And when her eyes met, she smiled knowingly. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept wondering, who was that old woman? What kind of stone was it? All I know is this: the same dejected stone everyone once mocked became the cornerstone that changed her destiny. And whenever I think about Olamma, I remind myself, never mock anyone whose story isn't finished yet, because God's script always has one last twist.
Subscribe on Stories That Blows Your Mind for more interesting stories and updates. Thanks for watching.